to grow and develop in a manner which is very satisfying to us, you know. And I think that's what our terms of success are, is for us to be satisfied and feel a sort of a very close personal connection with the music that we do, you know. And but it's nice when you sort of pat your songs in the head and send them out into the world that people connect with them. Yeah, I mean that's what the goal is.
Well,
some of our singles have been hits, but then again some of our other singles haven't been hits. But I mean, we're just really pleased with the way things turn out. Even if a song isn't a big hit, it still doesn't matter. If we're pleased with the recording and the way we do it live, then that's success for me.
The thing that strikes me about all of your songs, they tend to have a lot of feeling. I can think of Chance that, you know, you listen to it and, you know. King of Emotion, what's that about?
Really, it's about someone who's had to climb many mountains and go through many valleys and cross many rivers to get to where they are in their life, and I've found that their dreams have stayed with them, or their hopes have stayed with them, you know.
Okay, right, let's take a look then. King of Emotion, I haven't actually seen this before, so, you know, first time for me, first time for you. Good. Now, you're about to start the world tour. Whereabouts are you going, Bruce?
We're actually going to Tallinn in Russia tomorrow.
Really?
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, every time we've played in West Germany, we've always had people from East Germany come and see us at shows, and always say to us, well, why don't you come and play in East Berlin, you know, and play in East Germany. And then subsequently we were invited by the East Berlin Youth Association, I think that's what it was called, to go and play at a gig in East Berlin. And we went and did the show, and it was unbelievable. 120,000 people turned up. And
really?
It was just, yeah, it was outrageous. Completely outrageous. And there were people there from, I think, the Russian cultural attaché or something like that, and from the peace movement in Moscow, who invited us then to go and not only just play in Moscow, but actually tour in Russia and do Leningrad and Tallinn, Moscow, and some other place which I can't remember the pronunciation of. So we're going to start things off in Russia this time, and I must admit I'm really looking forward to it. Not just from the point of view of going there to play, but from the point of view of going there as a tourist as well.
I was going to say, it always strikes me as if music nowadays is doing more than politicians to, you know, like bring people together. Do you think so?
Well, I think it's something that's very instinctive to people, is to share stories and to share ideas through music. I think it's something that's certainly older than 30 years worth of rock and roll. And I think if politicians are going to show initiatives in sort of diminishing the suspicions between various ideological systems, then it's up to people like ourselves to reflect and say, yes, this is what we want more of this, you know. And I think in some small way it does help to break down certain boundaries and certain barriers, which are really caused by politicians and not really by the people who are actually in the countries themselves.
Right. Bruce, obviously you get sent lots of tapes now. Any groups you've heard you can recommend from your hometown?
Which was that one? There's Garrison for Dunfermline. They're quite good.
It's a young up-and-coming rock band called Garrison. We have a rehearsal studio in Dunfermline, which I let at reasonable rates to young groups in Scotland. So it's good because you get to see a lot of the up-and-coming bands, as it were.
There's still quite a healthy music.
Yeah, I think there always will be that in Scotland, you know, because it.
I think it's healthy in a way. There is loads of bands. There always has been loads of bands in Scotland, but I think it's went back to like the early 70s again when everything.
There was a time when the A&R men were spending more time in Scotland than like in London.
But now there's very little clubs or places to play.
There's very few live venues in Scotland as a whole, actually.
It just went back to discos again, which I'm not really a disco person.
Listen, give me a regard to the rest of the band. Anything special lined up after the world tour?
Yes.
I'm going to my bed.
Yes, a night in bed. No, we don't have any concrete plans for next year as such. So we just have to take things as they come, really.
Well, good luck, Stuart and Bruce.
Thanks very much, Tony.